am Keegan, and this is a bunch of gamers. This is our 8th episode of the Realms of Pugmire. I'm going to go around the table and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Thomas playing Sheen.
I'm Michael playing Bernard.
I'm Mike playing Tagbard.
I'm Liam and I play Tucker.
I'm Christine and I play Vesper.
So, last time, you had gone through the temple and found some sort of gelatinous, monstrous creature in a hidden room after killing, the leader of the Ram-Marak. You had returned to the Badgers and they had thanked you for your aid, as well as a strange blondish badger and a small gray cat arriving who seemed confused about the world at large. They spoke to you briefly, but you were preparing to head out and return to your meeting point so that the ship that brought you here would not abandon you.
Before we head out, I want to give the dogs and the badgers who are in the cages a proper burial.
Okay. And so, we'll say that you spent a day doing that. As the cat flourishes and goes, I'm afraid, my dear friends, that we must head to the north. We have much business to do, and not much time to do it.
You're not joining us?
We thought about it, but we may still cross paths with you. We seem to come to this place quite often.
Really?
Well,
Not exactly the safest route.
my dear canine friend, danger is our name, and we pass through the fires and fury all the time. We thirst for it, we move, we shine, as he draws his blade and flourishes it with several fierce stabs, simply as the large one goes, hey, I think they have the point, rather. Let's move on. The Seven Eyes needs to see us.
Seven Eyes?
Just a creative name. No worries. As he turns to Vesper and he gives his flourish. And of course, to you, my lovely ladies, he grabs your paw, gives a kiss on the knuckles.
I do so look forward to running into you again.
Of course.
Well, I think that we probably ought to head out now, guys.
Alright, are we passing back through the little village we came through? Or taking
real
the
quick,
direct line?
Sheen and Bernard, you do hear the larger badger going, Mouser, I swear, it does not matter what skin you wear. As he goes, please, I was just being a gentleman, as they move off into the hills.
You gonna share that with us?
Once they're gone, yeah.
Well, that's troubling.
That's weird.
The badgers that remain. Keep an eye out for those.
Do you see them often?
They come every few months, though they seem to act as if it was only weeks apart. They are very strange, but they are helpful. And they did do a major push against the Marak before you arrived, which allowed us to get our foothold.
Excellent. Well, be careful.
They have proven themselves enough to where we are willing to ignore some of their more eccentric behaviors.
Fair enough. Be careful with that monster that's still in there.
We will.
And if the Ram-Marak do come back, which they will, and you can't hold here, I'll speak to the ones in the village we passed through. They have a shield, and they may be willing to let you in if you get overrun.
I see. Well, we appreciate it. As you see Willard going, yes, of course, anything for the fine fellows who fed and sheltered us.
Aye.
Well, let's head back to Barkington.
Alright, so Okay. continue on to Barkington as you go. So that's one turn
I give
of.
Tagbard the Amulet of Constitution,
Oh,
so you can attune to it.
okay.
And you already have the +1 sword.
Yes.
And you have, I think Tucker might benefit from the Constitution amulet more though. Tends to.
Tucker, your
Get hit a
con's
lot
already
more.
16 or higher, right?
14.
So he would benefit from it.
Tends to be our main tank. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd go from a 12 to a 13, so it wouldn't.
That's
make
not
a
how
difference.
it works.
Although I do have a high
Yeah.
It sets
armor
you
class,
to
though.
18.
The amulet. Of
That's probably what you might be thinking.
That's why I'm suggesting you take it, because it benefits you the largest.
Yeah, no, it's not that you get a plus anything. It is.
Oh.
It jumps you to this or your regular score, whichever's higher.
Oh, okay.
And you do tend to get in battles a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean he's more of the tank, but yeah, sure.
You almost died more, I think.
We're pretty even
Well.
in that regard. But sure. Thank you.
Your Constitution score is 18 while you wear this.
Okay. And does that affect hit points?
Yes.
Nice.
Whatever the difference in the modifier is.
You'd gain
Is
4.
Per
what you
level?
add. Yeah.
Okay.
Per level. So
How long does it take to attune?
a short rest.
All right.
Do I need to attune my sword?
We'll just assume you've attuned if it's
Okay. Because
required.
I feel like it was just, we just called it a relic sword. I don't think there was anything, at least at the time, particularly special.
Guess you'll find out.
Yeah, we certainly will.
So-
And then the folks with the highest decks should take the wands.
I
He's
thought we
up
only
on
had
it.
one.
No,
only
we
have one.
found a black smoky one as well, in addition to the lightning one.
Yes.
We haven't used it yet.
So, we're doing, similar to dungeon rounds, there is overland travel rounds, in which you can travel, and each round consists of 4 hours. You can travel, basically, in one round. You can search an area, and that considers one round. Foraging for food also consists of a round.
All right. So,
And so I have deemed that the first round, since you all said that you started heading out, is 1 round. So you've started heading back towards Barkington. As you get further into the woods, who would like to do the yes,
I'll do it.
the survival check to make sure you do not get lost? Roll the d12 in case you fail. Okay.
We're definitely 100% not lost, guys.
So how would you like to
Cool.
do this round?
assuming we want to get back quickly, we don't care to deal with these ants or better thrags.
We don't have time to deal with the ants.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Because you were going to bring up the ants.
Beef.
I mean, we do have that glowing globe, but I kind of.
steed. It could
Yeah.
help us get back faster.
Thank you!
The amount of time, the detour to get the steed and then get back to the ship would be too long. I'm not saying we can come back, Vesper. We're get ants later.
I would like everybody in the group to hear that, please. Heard and witnessed. We will be back for my mount.
Oh, I intend to
Fine.
be back. If only to watch you.
I will be back.
Alright.
I'm just
So-
saying that in the future, which could be 5 minutes from now, having a mighty steed to help carry our stuff is not the worst idea.
We're fine, have
We
fun.
could take more things with us.
We'll worry about it on the next trip, Vesper.
You guys are no.
If you really want to go, nobody's stopping you.
We continue
But I wouldn't recommend it.
Continue traveling.
Tag, I thought we had a similar mindset.
Aye. We do. You do what you want.
You do this to me. So
So,
disappointed.
excuse me. So you're moving along. Tagbard, Tucker, and
Yeah.
Vesper, you three think that something's wrong. As you remember after 4 hours of traveling that this should start to open up into a mixed forest where it's kind of a half and half between evergreens and deciduous trees. And yet, everything here is still evergreens.
Guys,
That's-
I lied. I think we're going in the wrong direction.
This doesn't look like where we ran into the ants.
Are you taking
That's a
us
plus at least.
the wrong route on purpose to avoid the ants? Because you know it's a good idea.
It isn't a good idea. At least it's not a good idea right now.
But we need
Wait
to...
a minute.
Let's stop for a second, though. I don't think this forest looks like the forest we came through.
No, I think we're still heading closer to the mountains. I guess we should
Can we see?
spend the next round trying to get
Reorient yourself?
unlost. Yeah.
Can we...
Like,
If we were to climb the
look
tree,
around.
Yeah,
could we see...
you can do that, but you're gonna have to still also reorient yourself a little bit because you're gonna have looking, going that way. You're naturally going to go in circles.
Yeah.
Still. So you'll have to do a little reorienting, but you may do it. It would be a perception and survival skill challenge that can be done by other players as well as a traverse challenge. So, as long as 2 of the 3 succeed at difficulty 12, you will succeed this.
Perception, is that notice?
Yes.
Okay.
Traverse is based on which skill?
Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll traverse.
Okay.
I can roll notice. I need to
What's your mod?
die though. You need to-
My total modifier for that is +7.
Okay.
Oh,
What's yours? Which one are you doing?
notice,
All right.
and
What's your modifier?
that would be +4.
Okay. Excuse me. And who wants to do the survival?
Or I can do the survival
Is that
instead.
strength?
It's wisdom.
I would be terrible at wisdom.
I could
So I'll
probably
do the survival
Okay,
instead.
so
do
someone
the
needs to do the.
survival.
I could do the
Wait.
survival one.
If-
I can do...
Because my survival mod's...
One at a time. One at a time.
Wait, because would that I don't have survival as a skill.
Okay, then I will increase the DC to 14. But
I will do the survival then.
okay, so someone has to do the traverse then.
I can do... That's Constitution?
Yes.
So it would be a +4.
Okay. All right. So you start to reorient yourself, and you do see that you are traveling north again. So you were about. So you were You're about 4 miles, or maybe a little more, due west of the temple that you were at. You were able to get a gleam of the metal above. You've been able to reorient yourselves, and you will be able to start traversing the correct way. Next turn, you will have to do another survival check to just make sure you don't get lost.
Again.
But I'm limiting the bad directions because you now know where north and west are.
Okay.
So, and the difficulty goes down. So, roll survive, or I'll do it again. So your survival's what?
+5.
+5. Cut that in half. Okay.
Now we're definitely 100% going in the right direction.
So you start heading in the right in the direction, as the right direction, you think.
I admire your confidence.
It is still evergreen trees in this area, but you did go deeper into the evergreen forest, so that tracks. So I'll do one more. Remember the directions again.
Well, at least we haven't run into anything nasty.
It was +4, you said?
+5.
Or +5, okay. As you pass through some areas, and it opens up into an area where you do see the evergreens and the mix of deciduous and evergreens. It's kind of a border area where you do see to one side there are significantly more evergreens as the deciduous trees start to even out, and in another direction, they start to become more of a healthy mix the further in you go. Now there's 3 rounds, so you get 1 more before you have to rest, and I check it out.
Do we want to look for food? Do we have food? Probably have supplies.
Yeah, you have supplies.
Okay.
I think we should get as far as we can before nightfall.
Push on.
So,
Okay.
Double time.
Cool. Okay. You hear something rattling in the forest near you. The crashing of leaves and the moving of twigs. Before Tagbard, you get knocked down.
Oh!
And you see another dog on his back going, "Help! Help! I'm being attacked!" As you hear crashing in the forest to the south of you.
The dog knocked me down?
Yeah.
Ran into me?
Yeah, you both came around a tree and...
Look sharp, everybody! Gonna draw my sword and stand up. What's after you?
As he's looking at you like,
Are you okay?
you... As he looks at you, funny, as you guys are starting to appear, as he goes, "You're not...
What?
No?
Oh, I thought you might be one of those horde ravening unseen. They destroyed a village
What?
years ago,
Ah.
and they still roam the forest to this day. The last of the villagers. Frothing demons, you know."
I see.
Oh! It's you! I'm so sorry. Oh.
Who are you again?
I'm sorry. My name is Billy. I am from Barkington. We saw you enter the village. I was from afar. I wasn't part of the main force that greeted you. It's all right, everyone.
Is Barkington okay?
Yes. We were on a bit of a scouting mission just to get some more lay of the land, see if there's anything interesting happening, so that the town would be able to better prepare in case they needed to do a foraging mission. How far to forage to make sure that we wouldn't deplete the natural resources around our town.
Ah, good.
Oh,
Well,
we're a couple days away.
excellent. We just returned from the temple. Encountered some unseen ourselves. Managed to drive them out. And, mostly. And the badgers up there are, I think...
As you see him wincing a little bit when you mention badgers.
I think they're inclined to be at least neutral.
Really?
We
Interesting.
we discussed the benefits of working together to face the unseen.
I see. Well, that makes sense. Badgers are filthy raiders and, quite frankly, horde savages. But they would never join the unseen. That's pure suicide, and badgers are by no means suicidal, just barbaric.
Well, it's a difficult life out here, as you know.
Aye. Well, if you want, we can show you some of the paths. We took an alternate route just to see what else was here instead of the line of the deciduous trees. We tried to find a shortcut while avoiding the giant anthill.
Ah, good. Did you succeed?
Avoiding the giant anthill.
We do not necessarily need to avoid the giant anthill.
I think it would be wise to do so.
The best, fastest route between where we are and Barkington may be a straight line that comes in direct proximity to...
The fastest? To fighting our way through millions of ants?
We don't
That
know
sound
exactly
fast?
ants. We gotta find out.
As you just see him looking at her. I'm sorry, is this mutated dog always this stupid?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry. From
Did
all
you
your
just
suggestions...
call me a dog? I am a cat. Thank you very much. Of the house Wrex. And you will treat me with the respect my house is owed.
Yes, all cats are like this.
So
I will deal with you later, Bernard.
So
So you're more upset with the fact that you've been called a dog instead of stupid.
I would rather be stupid than a dog.
Or mutated.
I would rather be mutated or stupid than a dog.
We love you too, Vesper.
I'm just saying that we could ride the ants back to Barkington.
So yes, size 8.
Lead the way back to market.
So if I said I've been insulted by being called a cat, would you feel hurt by that?
I would think that you're dumb. It's not an insult to be called a cat. We are amazing. Wonderful.
I could say
The best.
but I could say the
As
same
you see
thing
his
about a
companion
dog.
showing up, yeah, you see his companion showing up as they just hear this whole conversation. As they start whispering among themselves. We hope to see you soon.
Oh, we'll take your route you found. Safety in numbers and all that.
As they look at Vesper, I think we're fine.
Just imagine.
Alright.
I'm practicing my, ant commands. They have, feelers, right? That's a thing from the Ant-Man movie.
If you head nearly directly southwest of here, you'll find the town.
Thank you.
Do not go any further west or you'll deal with the ants. Unless, well, the cat you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. They were legends. But we were told, well, as he looks Vesper up and down, it doesn't matter. Good day.
We've already-
Good luck on your journey.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir!
You were told that by Barathrax, though.
Well, no, we had some records of cats.
Well,
Written
no,
records.
that they were all dead. You were told that by the Barathrax, though, right?
We also assumed because we never came across any cats.
Aye.
But
They're very much like this, and that's why.
I'm not.
I don't understand why the Barathrags felt to be so truthful in this matter. And he just leaves.
Safe journeys.
To you as well, good dog.
Look, I'm not getting on the back of an ant. I'm not going inside an anthill. But I love chopping things in half as much as the next guy. So if we want to take this route, we sure can.
We're going to Barkington, guys. We got a ship. We'll be back. You can have all the fun you want next time we come out.
Swear on it.
Fine. The next time we're out here, we're going to try and ride ants.
Or if we happen to run into any on the way.
Yes, thank you.
God, I'm either dealing with Aang or Goku, and I don't know which.
Which one is it go?
So, the dogs from Barkington go their own way after
Alright.
giving you directions. So,
Oh, Vesper. It's okay.
Are you drinking from a pickle jar?
no, it's a peanut butter jar. A pickle jar would be ridiculous.
Who makes a glass peanut butter jar?
Peanut butter. Best peanut butter out there. Hashtag not sponsored.
Do you want to pause
I need one more traverse roll, please.
What?
We're
Survival
gonna
or
reduce-
traverse?
Survival.
Okay.
But I'm reducing once again the directions required because of the directions given to you by the dogs of Barkington. Okay. As you continue down, you find a good place to camp. And how are you going to camp?
Same way we did on the
So-
way there.
Alright, rotations and all that.
Rotations, complete darkness.
Okay. The night goes smoothly. And you wake up refreshed.
We continue on.
Continue on. Alright. Traversing. You start heading in the direction you believe is correct as you start moving through some more of the more deciduous, the evergreen trees at this point, because that is a more direct route based on your knowledge of what the dogs told you.
Okay.
You are moving along, and it seems like things are going fairly well. Would you like to go again?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Up the die of loss, just because you're getting further into the woods. You're continuing on. As the trees start to open up once again into the mixture of evergreens and deciduous. So we can do one more.
Alright.
So you get there and you do see the smoke and the shimmer of Barkington. It will require you to do a bit of a forced march to get there, as after some of the turnarounds and such. It'll take about another 4 hours, if you so choose, in the night.
Forced march beats having to sleep outside again.
Okay?
Let's do it.
And so you don't need to make that roll, because you can see the shimmer over the trees.
Okay.
And you get to Barkington as the 4 dogs are able to pass through the shields, and you hear a call for, "Open it! Bravely!" Zzzz, as you're let in very quickly. Welcome back, friends.
Greetings.
Maybe Nan just knew something about cats.
Don't start that right now.
As you see that one dog going, he looks almost surprised that you made it through the forest from the hunting party a few days previous, and he goes,
Greetings!
Billy!
"Oh, hello!" As you hear Willard going, "Yes, through expert navigation from all of the fine dogs and cat. Here we traverse the forest, and we must say it is good to be back in Barkington."
Aye.
Aye.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Of course.
Any troubles while we were out?
Not really. Some Barathrags, but we were able to take the one straggler who saw us on and kill him before the others turned.
Good. Good. We didn't handle them, but we drove the Ram-Maraks out of the temple up there.
Good.
Keep an eye out, though. We didn't kill them all, so they may be wandering about. Big crocodile horns. You can't miss them.
You'll know it if you see it.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, we'll try and get some beds ready for you. I assume you must depart in the morning?
Yes.
Aye.
Beds would be appreciated. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. May we see the relics you found?
I will show them the flashlight.
As you just see dogs gathering around as you turn it on. Click. Oh!
That
Praise
shows
man.
many hidden things.
I see. My man. What a wonder.
Aye.
I'm greatly impressed. The Barathrags have been getting a little less active lately. I think they're engaged with something else, just so you know. Not sure what.
Interesting.
When did it start?
Oh, I would say 2 days ago? Maybe 3?
That sounds about right.
Oh, the monsters that you fought.
Yeah, they would not be dissuaded from engaging the Barathrags directly.
Ah, I see.
Well, if they're fighting amongst themselves, that's got to be good.
I don't like to think what they're going to do with
Ugh.
the Barathrags for...
Metal plates and lightning, you think?
Imagine a Ram-Marak that can actually hide from us.
Ooh. I'm still more concerned about them getting back to that monster. That Primarachs, but you're right. Those experiments would not be good.
Experiments. Please, have a seat. We'll get food and drink ready for you. Tell us everything.
We found some dogs that had been taken prisoner. And, did the one dog that we managed to free come with us? Did he leave separately?
He left separately.
Okay, or stayed there. Was he from Barkington?
He was not.
Okay. Pugmire?
He was not.
Environs there. Okay.
It seems that there's more than just Barkington out in these woods.
The creatures were capturing dogs and badgers both and changing them.
Changing them? Changing them how?
Metal plates, wires, filling them with lightning, making them...
I still have one of the plates that I did scavenge.
Oh.
Pull it out. Like, I don't hand it to anyone, I'm just like...
Oh, is he looking at it? Fascinating.
And we managed to free one, but I couldn't get to the rest in time.
We haven't seen... He wasn't from this village. We haven't had any loss for quite some time.
Well, that's good.
Well, possibly he might be from Hidden Hills then.
Where's Hidden Hills at?
If you go almost due east from here for 3-4 days, possibly more, you'll get there.
Alright.
Aye. And the badgers helped us. They fought honorably.
I see.
They're busy holding the fortress, making sure the Ram-Maraks can't return, but if we're to fight the unseen, we have to fight them together.
I suppose, but badgers have tried on more than one occasion to raid Barkington, so...
I'm sure, and I've said the same thing to them. We can't be fighting, we can't be raiding, we can't be our own enemies when greater evil like that is out there. So I strongly wish and ask of you to set aside old differences if need be.
Well, if they make a move first to show non-aggression, perhaps we will help them. But we are cautious. We have years, if not centuries, of tradition that show us the dangers of badgers and them raiding us and using our people as slaves.
I know. But they can help you fight the Berathrags. I know they can, and I think they will.
Well, I find your optimism refreshing, but we will continue to be cautious.
Oh, by all means. But they gave me this sword. They gave us this necklace. They've shown they're willing to make an alliance.
At least those badgers.
Well, I can't speak for every dog, nor can you, but I think an alliance between these two villages and strongholds is possible. And
Perhaps.
you'll be stronger for it.
If you say so. So, if that's all, food. As they bring in the food, you kind of eat all that, and your host goes, I will be taking my leave to go to sleep. May your journeys be well if you leave before we wake.
Thank you.
And so, you go to sleep, and they open the gate for you, or for one of you.
And we all get out.
Sorry we couldn't get you an aunt, Vesper.
I've been given assurances that will happen in time.
I said
so.
we will try. I'm not going to stay for forever for you to try and tame an ant, but I will definitely give you the chance.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
We should just get back to the ship, since we've already passed the hill at this point.
As you start moving through, did you roll for you? Do you?
+5.
Yep. Okay. Just roll them. See if you get a random encounter.
Hope we don't run into that two-headed monstrosity again.
Indeed. as you see a couple dogs from Barkington along your way, greeting you, waving hands as they go, "Good luck on your journey!"
Well met.
Same on yours.
"You said there's a river this way.
Yeah?
Perhaps we will cross paths with you again and see this legendary town of yours."
Ah, yes.
You would need a ship to cross it.
"Oh, well, perhaps. We've seen streams before. None wide enough for a ship, whatever that is. I think I've read about them in the ancient scrolls. You claim to have seen everything from the ancient scrolls," as you see Willard going, "Oh."
Oh, just wait. Pugmire will be coming this way sooner than you expect.
So you move through, you get to a point where the trees start to thin out a bit, which is consistent with your recollection. You'll get one more roll. Find your way. And so you do. And you are allowed to camp for the night. Additional roll to see if a random encounter happens. Alright, so you relax, things like that. You do your round of watches, and nothing occurs. Okay. So, you continue on. And you get to the edge as you see the ship. So you wave out your arms, and the ship comes over to finally collect you. You jump on the ship as he's like, "Welcome back!"
Good to be home.
Yeah. Productive, I hope.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah?
Very, very productive. And profitable, I think.
Certainly presented some future opportunities. So, Willard, you ready to become a noble?
Ah, yes. Very ready. To say the very least.
I must admit, the idea's grown on me.
Oh, really?
Aye. I mean, think about it. Yeah, most of the aristocracy is a bunch of lying, cheating thieves. I think you'll actually add a bit of integrity to the institution. Plus, the idea of you sitting down with the cream of Pugmire society for a game of cards just warms my heart.
I appreciate it. Perhaps I'll play the king.
Can't wait.
Well, as the captain goes, "That's very good. We're heading south now. Back to the city."
Alright. Anything interesting happen while we were out?
We've seen some ships go by, but
Any idea where from?
no, they don't usually come this far north. But luckily, they have not harmed my new baby.
Good, good.
And so, you start heading south. Through the through the river as you start heading back towards Pugmire. It takes a couple hours. While still far enough away from the city to where the guards are useless, but close enough to where the city is within sight, you see several smaller ships arriving and trying to surround you.
Oh.
I wonder who this might be.
Pirates.
I thought we were with the pirates.
Yeah, we're with
We are legitimate businessmen. Business dogs.
That's what I said.
They don't exactly have a unified
They're not
organization.
unionized yet. There's a problem. Should unionize.
pirate union. Alright.
Deal with some retrievers.
Are they actually
just ram
like
the
trying to
ships?
board or?
Yeah, they're jumping on board. Like.
Alright.
So,
Gentlemen, how can we help you?
we've come for your relics. We were hired to take them.
Relic?
I'm going to hit him with the wand and then be like, who else wants one?
Which wand? Do you have both of them?
I don't think that's the point he's trying to make. So, I believe you roll an attack roll, dexterity, and proficiency, if I'm not mistaken.
Does a 23 hit?
Yes,
Does a 23.
this comedian here.
Oh, God.
Where are we?
I think it was 46.
Jesus.
I think that's right. Let me find wands of exotic weapons. There we go. Yeah, Wand of Thunder 46.
14 points of damage.
As the lightning strikes the dog you were talking to,
He did.
as he's launched off the ship.
You can either choose to get off.
Wait. Who sent you? Who hired you? Tell us, or that happens again.
We were hired by some cloaked figure in the city.
You really think that's going to be
Cloaked
enough
figure.
information?
It's all the information we have!
It's good enough. Get in your ships, leave us be.
Wait, was it the back alley retrievers?
No, I don't believe so. If it was, they went through a third party.
Were you given any paperwork or information about us?
Just that some dogs would be coming south on a ship, and few ships come down that would be carrying relics.
Had to be someone from the Royal Society. They were the only ones what knew we were doing this.
So
Backyard
the typical
retrievers. Backyard retrievers knew.
3 big groups knew.
But they couldn't have knew our schedule.
Yeah,
How
they
long
could've.
have you been out here waiting for us to come by?
We've attacked several ships.
Oh, really?
We left them alone when we figured out it wasn't you.
You didn't steal anything?
No,
Well,
we're professionals.
Professional what exactly?
businessmen. We've already been through this. Get in your
Business
ships
dogs.
and be on your way.
Wait, are you sure we don't want to rob them?
Yes, I'm certain we don't want to rob them.
When you
I mean, they
leave
have
the
quite a few
ship-
boats.
Yes, I
We-
know.
When you leave the ship, you did not see us, you did not talk with us. No ship has come through with relics. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. Of course. It just don't,
Because we have more where that came from. And
What-
we're not afraid to use it.
What did this cloaked figure pay you?
a relatively large portion of plastic, half now, half later.
Good. See?
Well, I think we can
Stop
appreciate...
trying to...
He was paid to knock us over. I
Yes.
think we have that right. Or do you expect to just return the money to him? In fact,
Just let...
hold up. No. We stick with this guy, we keep him with us, and when he goes to meet this person for the other half of the plastic, we catch the person.
Get off our associates' boats. Go back to Pugmire.
Come on! This is a golden opportunity.
Oh my god.
There's 3 shots left in the lightning thing, I believe. I don't know how
No,
many.
I recharge... based on the recharge, I have 5.
Oh, that's right.
Where did you meet him? Where were you going to meet him for the second half?
We met him in a bar in the Northern District.
Cold.
The Sniffing Hound.
Good. Well, since my associates are much kinder, gentler dogs than I am, I suppose you can go.
Much appreciation. Take care.
Will do.
As he leaves and you hear the captain going, "Oh, thank man above that did not strike me more!"
I still think we should have gotten that half.
still think we should have ridden the ants, but we can't get what we want. Okay? We're on our way back to turn in all of this information and these relics. If I don't get what I want, you don't get what you want. Let's get this ship fucking moving.
Do you have a spyglass I can use to keep an eye on them?
Of course.
Thank
As
you.
he's looking at the wand.
Okay. Well,
As
at
he
least
goes up and he kind of whispers in your ear, you know I do only work in trade, right?
Oh, I have plenty of trade deals for you to start making too. Of large, unheard of places.
And amounts.
I
With
see.
other dogs.
Oh.
we're gonna be.
So, I expect to be doing more business at some point.
Oh! Praise be! Praise be! Me mates! As he points to one of the dogs, he's like, he just kind of looks. Bring up some of that grot from below deck so we can celebrate with a hearty drink! As you just see the nervousness on the captain's face.
Grog. I'll take
As they
some
bring
of
it
that.
up, pour into some glasses and hand them out to a beautiful partnership in friendship.
To spark
Here,
a
here.
new business venture.
Aye.
I'm gonna track their boats.
Okay, as you track their boats, they just go. Like they pull into the.
They go into Pugmire.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna where they docked and pay
They dock?
attention.
You see them dock, and they just they see your ship coming in, and they just scatter like rats.
Wave as they walk away.
Power walk.
Vesper von Wrex's magnificent ant carriage company. I don't know.
Yes.
Are you using them for freight hauling?
We could.
Oh, racing.
Even better.
Ant races.
We could do both.
What is everyone's intelligence mod, Thomas?
Wait, intelligence +2.
Okay.
+0.
-1.
0.
Okay.
+1.
So everyone but Tagbard. Notices something odd. There are fewer guards on the dock than when you left. There are guards. There are still police dogs here, but they seem to be less of them.
Damn it.
Man, really wanted to track them down, follow them.
What?
You
That's
haven't
why
noticed?
I wasn't trying to hold them up. Oh.
You haven't noticed what's going...
What?
The lack of dogs, police dogs. They were swarming when we left. Now there's like 2.
A cat complaining about a lack of dogs. Who would have thought?
I mean, I can't really see where the problem is.
Oh. Then you can walk off the boat first.
Sure. Happily. And I will do just that.
Welcome back to the city, good dog.
Ah, thank you. Great to be back.
Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. How long will you be staying in the city, Mogi?
As long as she damn well pleases, thank you very much.
I simply have to ask so that the police dogs are aware.
Really?
She's
You
part
keeping
of the Royal Society.
Oh!
I'll be here as long as the society needs me, doing my job. Perhaps I suggest you do yours as well.
Your dedication to Pugmire is appreciated.
Of course.
You see him smile. It's not an angry smile. It's not even an evil smile. It's a genuine smile as he nods to you.
I'm still gonna glare at him.
Okay, as he just looks a little confused and shrugs.
Don't worry, she's just as good as any dog.
Better.
But, where do I want to go?
Huh?
Where do I want to go?
Do you go to the Royal Society?
Yeah, let's go to the Royal Society first.
Okay. So, you start moving through the city as Willard goes, I will be...
Willard, come with us. We finish the job before anything else happens. March. And I will
Very-
stand behind him.
Can we get out of the river wall district quickly at the very least?
That's
Well,
what we're trying to do.
You faced down bear thrags.
Yes.
You're worried about a couple of dogs?
Zarathrags are obvious threats.
Mm-hmm. Well, at this point, so are we.
I won't use the wand here.
Yeah, using a wand here might cause issues. That is simply an observation.
Fair enough. We'll keep an eye out.
As you start moving through the city to the Royal Society, as you see them going up, as you see the one at the this front going, welcome back. Fritz, we'll send a message to Fritz as soon as we're able to.
Excellent.
Good to know. We have a lot to report.
Really? Well, I look forward to hearing it. Really, those adventures, oh well. If I was a younger dog, I would go out into that wide world and search for relics too. Vesper, it's great to see you.
Of course. It's great to be back.
As you enter, you see the Royal Society all around talking, having a few drinks. As Penny Pyrenees shows up. She's one of the... Yeah, she has the same last name as you, but she doesn't mean she's directly related.
Okay, so basically that.
And she's fairly tall, obviously. And she goes, welcome back, everyone. Would you like some food from the kitchen?
I would love some.
Perfect.
Think I'm good for now.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure to get some for you, Tucker.
Thank you.
As she moves
Hungry.
on. Oh, Vesper, anything?
I'm good, thank you, though.
Of course. As you see Willie sit down. Well, this is not so bad.
I thought you'd be more excited.
I am, but I thought every relic you brought back had to go to the society, not to individuals such as myself.
Well, I think we can negotiate that.
Well, it's much appreciated.
I think the society would be interested in helping out a nobleman.
Hmm? What do you think? He did give us the portion of the map, after all.
It's more of an argument with the society.
Oh, so?
I have to convince them that we're not following the normal procedures this time.
So, Tucker, your food is brought out. Penny taps you on the shoulder, smiles, goes off. As she starts helping set others around the society. After a few moments, Fritz, or a couple hours, Fritz finally comes in. Welcome back.
Greetings.
Good to see you. Been too long.
Oh, just a few days, but I understand
Really?
the sentiment.
Feels like it's been much longer.
That it does. The field does that to you, especially the forest. Been trying to collect rumors on it while you were all gone.
And?
Some things. Monsters moving through to the south, apparently. Someone claimed they saw a massive tower poking out through the forest. They traveled, about 5, 6, maybe even 7 days through the forest before they saw it, and they had to turn back. Hounded by badgers. Came across a few monsters along the way.
As did we. We actually managed to establish contact with the Badger tribe. They were living in the temple the map showed us.
Oh, really? Wow.
And they fought nobly and honorably, and we would not have gotten this relic without their help.
That's good. Yeah, I see it.
I will pull out the flashlight.
As he kind of places his hand over it. Wow. As he taps it slightly. It's like you can really feel the presence of man through this. Their divine wisdom.
Should turn it on. It reveals things that are hidden.
as it taps on you. You see the light, and you see a bunch of dogs in the area looking over and like, ah. Incredibly impressed. That's a good job from everyone. Very good. We should probably put this into the Horde then.
Well, see, that's the thing. What exactly is the Royal Society doing with this horde of relics?
We dish them out to pioneers when they go off to look for more, or have to go fight monsters out in the forest or out in the world.
I see. Because it was my understanding that, what with our current political climate, it's nearly impossible to breach the ranks of the nobility without a relic of one's own.
That's true. They prefer those kinds.
By monopolizing the relics, the Royal Society is really monopolizing political power.
No, we don't view it that way. We try and stay out of these political squabbles. We collect these objects to make sure that the dogs of Pugmire can fight against the monsters and the unseen of this world. And, like it or not, our political system might be based around these relics, but these relics are real tools that can be used to save dog lives out in the world, whether it be Mutt Town or... excuse me.
Dog lives the only one that matters.
Cats as well if they're here. Any peoples of the world.
I mean, he does make a convincing point.
Waterdog, Port, Houndington, all of these places we defend. And when the cats come in joint ventures against Unseen, which we have done on occasion, these relics save lives.
Increasing and diversifying the political power in Pugmire could help strengthen Pugmire and the monarchies against fights against the unseen.
Maybe temporarily, but if we end up taking a side, then we end up potentially alienating existing nobles who are less likely to send us a very important resource, recruits. Or we have to deal with the fact that our recruits will start using these relics to prop up their own families, rather than the city and the society.
What else is that society based on?
Our society is about protecting the city and the dogs, cats, rats, lizards, fish, whatever, that choose to call it home.
Even though those same creatures are being driven out, being counted, being harassed.
We don't have political power in the city.
Oh.
And if we decided to use our relics to gain political power, well, doesn't that look like a strange attempt, maybe a coup against the rightful monarchy? Against the dogs of this place? And then the people don't turn to us to help them with monsters and unseen?
Well, unfortunately, I think one of those is already brewing. So, if we leave this here, we can come back for it, access it?
Yes, as long as someone else in the society is not accessing it already. We give equipment based on the need of the mission and the rank of the pioneer.
Well, there are unseen, there are great and terrible dangers in those forests, and there are dogs living there. Villages cut off, they don't even know Pugmire exists. They don't even know the cat survived. They've been living there for generations.
What?
They have a shield, another relic of man that protects them from the unseen. It's called...
The wonder on Fritz's face comes in, and he goes, "Really?"
Aye. Town called Barkington. There are others up there as well. So we will have to return to that forest, and we will have to return in force.
Well, that is a problem. We don't really have a force. We can try and help start establishing connections, and possibly a railroad, I believe, of getting, a chain of occasionally taking people out and getting them across. But when large groups of dogs gather in the forest, it tends to draw monsters. That's why our parties to venture in there for relics are relatively small. You don't want to draw the ire of a two-headed giant.
Oh, is that what they're called?
That they are. Did you see one?
We did. He saw us too.
And you survived.
Well, the giant thing does come with certain disadvantages in a thick forest.
True enough, I suppose.
We also encountered creatures called the Ram-Maraks.
I'm not familiar with them.
Be glad that you haven't had an encounter with them yet.
Horns, goat horns, crocodile faces, long arms. And they were doing hideous experiments on dogs and badgers alike.
They seem allied with the unseen.
They use the power of the unseen.
And I'll pull out the
Indeed.
small device I got.
They were
What is it?
They were putting it in dogs, badgers' heads, and then they just kind of were blank-eyed and did what they said.
They were puppets.
Yes.
They were growing some hideous creature. Even worse, even more powerful than they themselves.
Really?
The creature's still up there. The Ram-Maraks were driven away but not destroyed. So, once again, I would strongly recommend getting another force back together to go up and secure the area.
Oh, very well.
The badgers living there, they're allies.
There are allies. They won't just... They're friendly enough as long as you don't try to pick a fight. But
Well.
they know who we are.
I see.
They're willing to help and work with the Royal Society.
All right. It's good to know.
So, Willard, what do you think? For the good...
I would very much like that relic to regain my family's name.
For the good and glory of Pugmire?
Well, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. What would be no other? There's no other way for Willard the Wise to act.
Don't worry, there'll be more relics. And ants. And plastic.
Well, here's a question for Willard. Do you have to have the relic in your possession permanently?
Yes. Families that lose their relics out of character lose noble status.
Well, what if it's not so much as losing your relic, but rather lending it to the Royal Society for the good of all Pugmire?
Would that be allowed? As Fritz goes, I'm not sure. I've never heard of such a thing, and most families guard them. I would think it would be considered improper, unfortunately.
I think it would.
But, hear me out. I'm just a cat, a stranger in a strange land. But we would not have gotten this relic if not for, dare I say it, Willard's help and guidance in allowing us to use his map and join us on this journey. We owe it to him to help him out and restore his family name, as that's what we set out to do in addition to helping the Royal Society. Perhaps if Willard, in regaining his noble status, sets a new trend for the Royals in allowing that the relics be used by and for Pugmire, perhaps we as a society would get access to additional relics that could better serve us in our fight against the unseen if other noble houses were willing to follow suit and lend the society the relics without giving up ownership. Showing that they are magnanimous and looking out for society as a whole rather than themselves.
That's a good idea, but you realize it'll provoke a government crisis, don't you?
Not necessarily.
If Willard gets to become ennobled on the basis of his relic, what about the rest of the Royal Society? What about everyone else who's simply handed them over?
Willard came from a noble house and is restoring it. He's not creating one. In theory.
As you hear Fritz, can we prove that?
Willard?
Did you see him going?
If Willard can prove that we are restoring a house to its rightful place rather than creating something from nothing, I don't think that creates a crisis unless every member of the Royal Society or every dog or rat or cat that is turned in a relic can show proof that they're a noble house at one point or another. It's not going to be an issue.
Ugh.
Now, if Willard can't prove it, then I think it's a moot point.
The family that overthrew mine were quite sinister and destroyed many documents.
Well,
Historically speaking, somebody would have a record.
Possibly. The nobles do have control of many of the records of Pugmire, yes.
And remind me, Willard, what was your house name?
Dalton.
Excuse me, I must see myself to the restroom.
It was House Dalton, right?
Yes.
Now, perhaps for the time being, in order to honor our duty both to the society and the word that we gave Willard at the beginning of our journey together, we will turn the relic in. We will lend it to the society.
The Royal Society will keep it safe until such time as we can prove Willard's noble origins.
What does it... What... That's the wands.
Got to be made by man, I believe. I think the
This was
wands...
made by... This one, specifically, we know was made by man.
Not
The
the
electricity.
Ram-Maraks?
The electricity one was definitely made by man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put my stuff over it so nobody sees that we have that because it's too useful for us to give up.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
well, as Fritz looks at it and goes, Vesper, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to stop my companion from giving away items that were not made by man. We picked these up from a Ram-Marak. We have no proof that it was made by man, but
May
it is
I-
incredibly useful.
Oh, I plan to keep it. We're going back to the forest and we will need it. Plus, it's the only way to keep it charged.
I see. May I investigate it at least?
Yes.
So he picks it up. We have similar items to this. It is made by man, this one.
What about the other one?
No. You can tell by this as he's pointing out some minor things along it.
That was our concern.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And the globe?
do we?
What globe?
The shiny globe full of orange light that I want to throw at Terrier.
Didn't we already throw it?
No. We thought about throwing it at the monster, but I don't think we did. Or, did y'all throw it at the Ram-Marak's chief?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't think
an
it's
orb.
been thrown, because I don't...
There was an orb.
Yeah, there was
not
an
you
orb.
guys threw it at the prime, though.
I don't remember.
We talked about throwing it at the
I
prime.
listened to all of the old ones. And I don't remember it being thrown.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you
But
still
I
have it.
could. But it's been
I don't even
been a
remember.
while
Yeah, it
since
has been a while.
I had to fill in since I was gone for trial.
No, because I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure what it does, so I don't
So
think we
wait,
threw it.
let's is there perhaps? Let's think. What all relics do we have? So
We have the wand,
the wand,
your sword,
2 orbs.
his amulet.
and those 3 are very very helpful.
Useful.
So we want to keep those.
Aye.
We also took pieces of armor from the room with the riddles. Would that? I mean, if it was made
No, they
by-
have to be working artifacts, and
made
the
by-
items you have, technically, based on the mission, were supposed to belong to the society. We can lend them back out to you when your mission goes out there.
Good
I have
job.
no problem with this.
So, if we do that,
I have no problem going about it the proper way.
Honest dealing makes
who
for
has high
future.
charisma?
I do.
I got 14
So-
charisma.
So, roll, please.
Roll, what am I rolling?
We'll do persuasion.
Okay. Aw, for real? That's a natural one.
And he
I
goes,
can think of a couple of games where that would be real great.
yeah,
This is not one of them.
but he goes, we have to take them all. We can't give one to your friend. I'm sorry.
And I'm not saying
Understood.
we should give it to him. I'm just saying if he can prove it, we could, and it would make sense to lend it to him to reestablish his noble house,
Sure.
and simultaneously encourage the noble houses that we know hoard relics now to allow us to use those.
Aye.
Imagine what power.
Oh, it would be very useful.
Imagine what power we.
And I'm sure if
with us.
Pugmire's ever threatened, they would. I mean, nobles have to be useful for something, right?
But why wait till Pugmire is threatened? Why not take the fight to the unseen?
Now that I can get behind.
Or at
Because
minimum, why not take the fight to the unseen that are keeping those dogs in Barkington segregated?
Or the ones who are out now capturing dogs and experimenting on them?
Yes.
Absolutely. You don't have to convince me.
Isn't it our duty as members of the Royal Society to take care of those issues? And giving us the most resources would help with that.
we can do that, but I don't think your gesture is going to work.
If I'm wrong, let me be wrong. Because if I'm right, everybody stands to benefit. Look, and I'm not saying we do this right now. I'm saying we have to get proof of Willard's house.
There are
So-
other ways we can go about this.
Very well. Roll persuasion. Who has the highest between you two?
I'm not trying to persuade him.
Okay, sure.
I would have very
I'll
low
try and
persuasion.
persuade.
I think this is a group out thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
+2, and then what's the bonus for persuade? Is it
Your
proficiency?
Yes, proficiency.
So, 19 then.
As he goes, okay, I will hear you out. If you can prove it, maybe we can make a case.
That's all I ask. In your
We will have to discuss with the operators of the Royal Society.
Better.
We will also have to pass it by the Church of Man because they have to check the validity of everything
Oh, of course.
as well.
Just make sure, because we do have some other stuff. We plan on giving it directly to the Church of Man. You don't need, like...
Yeah, that's what I was trying. When I was trying to figure out the relics, I was not trying necessarily to show them that we have that. It was more for, because I know the amulet, the orb, and the wand. I feel like we're missing one.
2 wands.
But one of them's not a relic. One of them was made by
Mhm.
Ram-Maraks. Was there something else that we took?
We didn't take it because
Just the
couldn't-
flashlight.
Yeah, the flashlight.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
But yeah.
So.
Alright, and be careful, okay? That it looks like the retrievers have been getting a little more,
Oh, we had a very friendly greeting party on the river.
Do we know those were retrievers, though?
I'm certain they're retrievers.
You didn't seem to think so.
Don't walk up and like, hi, I'm a retriever. I want to hire you to dig over these people.
You can still tell, though. I mean, a cloak, they ain't exactly
Anyway,
trying to
let
hide,
me
period.
just tell you this. The retrievers have been cozying up with the police dogs in the river wall.
Oh, I'm sure.
They've been doing patrols, and the police dogs have been moving their resources elsewhere because then they think they don't have to patrol the river wall as much. Next thing you need to know is the ones there are keeping an eye on them in unofficial capacity. Though some of the cats and rats have come to me a couple times asking if I could help them because they thought it was in an official capacity. And one other thing that seems interesting, and it makes me nervous looking at their activities in the society, prefers to keep their nose out of political matters, but I think this is important. As he draws you all in close to just kind of whisper it all to you. They've been harassing the other peoples less. Cats, mice, the works. They've been harassing them less, which seems out of character
That is indeed out of character.
for the retrievers, which makes me think they're up to something. I can't tell you to do anything. That is outside the scope of my capacity. But, as he kind of leans back and gives a smile, nothing in the rules say I can't just give you information. I can't control you. I'm not your father.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
Now, what about within the society itself? Because we were way late on the way back. They knew our travel schedule.
We, as far as we know, have no retrievers. No one's been wearing the signature blue.
Alright. Who else could have known when we would be getting back?
That's a good question.
Or even known about the relic to begin with?
They knew about. They were working towards getting the relic when we left. They were trying to get the map. They knew we were leaving. They watched us leave.
But they didn't. So
Fair.
Not that many ships passed by. They already said they ambushed 3 other ships waiting for us.
So it is very likely that it was the retrievers, given the information we do have, but I think that we have to be on guard with the Royal Society until we're sure. We have to be careful, not just to ensure that the relics don't fall into the wrong hands.
We'll check around. We'll check out the Sniffing Hound, see who shows up there, and then see what we can do about Terry Terrier.
I have a few ideas.
Of course.
Anyway, there's other missions for you. You can go to the board and look. But expeditions into the forest, if you take enough supplies and you do say you're willing to map out the forest for us, and if you take up journal entries on any monsters you come across, we're trying to catalog them. Since relics are starting to get more and more rare, if you catch my drift.
Oh, of course. Good. We'll have to look into that then. And
I can't say that you should, but I won't say you shouldn't.
yeah, of course.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
And unfortunately, not knowing how the process was going to be going down, this being my first time and all, I may have accidentally attuned this amulet to myself. I don't even know if it's man-made to begin with.
It is.
But I think I'm stuck with it. No, not that it would hurt if I happened to be accosted by any retrievers.
Well, I think you could just hold on to them for a couple of days until, we're ready to make space in the stores for you, if you catch my drift.
Seems reasonable.
Brilliant. So, on to the Sniffing Hound, see if we can get there before our erstwhile friends.
Let's see what we can do.
As Willard comes out of the bathroom, after he notices you leaving, he goes, "Good luck, I will stay here."
Aye, good luck with that paperwork, Willard.
We're looking forward to reviewing anything that you can find as quickly as possible so we can get this resolved.
As you just see him kind of hunch over in a scowl.
Indeed.
That's a shame.
We should
I told you he was full of shit.
We always know he's full of shit.
All noble families started out as thieves who just stole more and better than the rest of the dogs. So...
Is it still called thievery if you win in the end?
Exactly. That's alright. Figure out a way to mess with the aristocracy some other time. Sniffing Hound?
Go to the Sniffing Hound. It's a pretty packed tavern, actually, as you see several dogs, all of them clearly carrying quite a bit of plastic on them, ordering drinks and things like that, and food, as it is very high quality food, definitely higher quality than you've seen.
Any of the people who attacked us, or anybody wearing a suspicious cloak or anything?
You do not see anyone.
Can I make a notice check?
I can make one for you. What's your modifier?
4.
Okay. You don't see anyone.
Well. Drinks?
I'll take a bowl.
As you go up and you hear the price and your eyes get about the size of dinner plates.
We've got some plastic, though.
You do have some plastic. It has gone from... So now you have some coins or a few coins?
It went a step up.
Okay, so some coins.
Yeah.
You were back down to a few coins due to the amount of how expensive it is.
Well, we should head back to the Temple of Man and drop off the non-functional relics, and you guys can hang out here.
As they start handing out the bowls and mugs of fine wine.
Very strange place for pirates to meet with a piratically inclined individual.
Perhaps that's why they chose it.
Over the
Business
horizon.
dogs.
Legitimate business!
Legitimate business dogs.
I just say no.
I told you we should have kept him with us. Or, at least taken their half of the bounty.
Is it just me, or does this seem costlier than expected?
I mean, we have the plastic. All those weird cylinders we got.
Are there other dogs or anybody else going up to the bar to order as well?
Yeah, and it's a lot of plastic. Like, this is a high quality.
So it's not. It seems to be what we paid is what everybody else is paying.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anybody not doing that? And I assume we'll wait for an hour or 2 or 3.
Okay. So we'll get to that. So you don't see anyone, but you do see a couple people who seem. We see one guy who does seem a little more rugged than the typical customer.
But not one of the ones who attacked us?
No.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna head to the temple.
yeah, I believe it was you two, right?
You want to join me?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I'm not paying those absurd prices. I can go hunt food.
As you approach, as you see one of the guards, Brother Sheen.
Brother.
Welcome. Well, I suppose we should, get you set up. Did you want to see the librarian then?
Yes.
Of course.
I will give the librarian the book we preserved.
All right.
Forgot about that.
I'll also ask, do they want the armor to study it? It's non-functional, but...
They would love it. Love that, actually. As they go, thank you. Thank you very much. We look forward to this. This is fantastic. As they start looking over the information and the items, as they go, we could certainly learn much. This is not by man, is it? As they point to the plate from the...
Oh, no, it is not.
Huh. It's like an apish imitation.
Probably the best description for who was making it and using it.
Really? What were they?
The Ram-Marak is what the name we were given.
Interesting. I've never heard of such a creature.
Gator-like faces, rams like a horn, scaled.
Fascinating. Well, thank you. Thank you. If we find anything, we will sure to let you know, brother.
Oh, thank you. They were very strange creatures. Very strange indeed.
The forest is always full of strange creatures, from my understanding.
Strange creatures working with the unseen.
That's concerning. Most monsters, for all their horrors, never teamed up with the unseen. Thank you for your information. Man, bless your way.
And yours as well.
And so, we will find out what the retrievers are doing next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We will catch you in a couple weeks. Bye.